Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Dorothy McAuliffe for the U.S. Department of State.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I'm Dorothy McAuliffe. I'm the U.S. Special Representative for Global Partnerships at the United States Department of State. And I am happy to be here in partnership with Concordia and University of Virginia's Darden School of Business. We're honored to be here this morning to announce the public-private partnerships that are the winner of the 2022 P3 Impact Award. As the Department of State's Special Representative for Global Partnerships, I lead an office that builds partnerships around the world, providing private and civil sector organizations the opportunity to channel their power and resources to address our shared global challenges. And we could not be prouder to be a partner in the P3 Impact Award. And I do want to give a special thanks to Concordia for being such a wonderful host. And I have a special place in my heart for UVA Darden, with whom I was proud to do much work during my time as First Lady of Virginia. So I just have to shout out Virginia and our wonderful UVA. Always great to see Virginia shining in the spotlight, especially for an important cause. This year, we have all been inspired and impressed by the accomplishments of all the applicants for the P3 Impact Award. But we could only have 5 finalists and 1 winner. The award recognizes exemplary public-private partnerships that provide solutions to pressing issues in areas such as an equitable economic recovery from COVID-19, improving access to education and quality health care, and utilizing emerging technology to improve lives while tackling the climate crisis. The applicants, including the 5 finalists and their representatives with us today, are partnerships that truly highlight cross-sector collaboration at its best, one that improves communities in the most impactful ways. Public and private collaboration facilitates innovation and impact on a scale that can build back better for shared economic prosperity and sustainability worldwide. By using collaborative models and leveraging the strengths of public, private, and civil society partners, the 5 finalists in the room this morning have all ensured that the impact they are having today will continue to be sustainable and scalable for the next generation of leaders and innovators. Congratulations to all 5 finalists here today, and thank you for the positive impact you have had around the world. So I'd like to take a moment and to list our 5 finalists. From Timor-Leste, Plastic Solutions Alliance. Are they in the room? Stand if you are in the room, and we'd like to give you a shout out. The Plastic Solutions Alliance, PSA, is a partnership that leverages private sector and development resources to advance plastic neutrality. From Guatemala, Honduras, and Panama, School of the World Community Schools. In the room today? Not here this morning. But wonderful organization. School of the World is an international NGO with a mission to solve extreme poverty through the power of education through the construction of community schools. And from India, SAMRID, Healthcare Blended Finance Facilities. India, in the room, I do believe. Sustainable access to markets and resources for innovative delivery of healthcare. SAMRID works to address the weak health systems and persistent shortage of skilled workforce and infrastructure in India by bridging the supply-side gaps in emergency health services and accelerate India's response to COVID-19. And from the United States, the Partnership for Central America. In the room? In the room, yay. The Partnership for Central America is an independent, nonpartisan, non-governmental organization that has raised more than $3.9 billion in private sector investment commitments to El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras to create jobs and economic opportunities with a focus on women's empowerment. And last but not least, a global partnership, the Global Alliance for Trade Facilitation. The Global Alliance for Trade, in the room? Sorry. Yay, in the room. The Global Alliance for Trade Facilitation supports governments in developing and least developed countries in implementing World Trade Organization's trade facilitation agreement by cutting through red tape and ending costly delays at borders. So truly, if you have a moment, please engage with these incredible finalists who are doing incredible work in the public-private partnership space and having an impact on our world. The challenges our world faces are complex and in some cases entrenched. However, these partnerships demonstrate that advancements in sustainable development, education, global health, or shared economic prosperity are possible when public and private partnerships and different sector actors come together to facilitate shared goals. The U.S. Department of State is proud to partner with Concordia and UVA's Darden School for Business to present this year's P3 Impact Award to a team who is truly showing innovative vision and delivering results. And now, the big moment. It is my honor to announce the winner of the 2022 P3 Impact Awards, SAMRID, Sustainable Access to Market and Resources for Innovative Delivery of Healthcare. Please join us on stage. Later?
They want to take the picture now.
Okay, picture now. All right, here you go. Here is your award. Congratulations. Yes. See the official. Let's do the official. Good. Congratulations. You want to put it here?
Give you the message so you could take it.
Thank you so much. It really is an honor for me to be here today on behalf of the United States Agency for International Development in India. I think from our perspective, this has been a long time in coming, and we know that at least many people within India are here and really rooting for this moment. It's an honor also to have been amongst the 5, to have been selected especially by the Department of State, knowing fully that there are so many different opportunities that are out there for all of us to have been able to have received this award. But for India to be singled out, it really is an incredible accomplishment. We're grateful not only to the Department of State, but also to the University of Virginia, the Dresden School, Institute of Business in Society, as well as all of the members of the panel who really recognize the merit and accomplishments of this award. For USAID, this was a tremendous, tremendous moment. Samrid, for those that do not know, it means prosperity. And for us, we looked at creating some type of an intervention that would bring prosperity in the wake of the COVID crisis. At the height of the pandemic, during the second wave, there were more than, there were so many difficulties. For us, at least, there were over 400,000 deaths, even on a daily, at least 400,000 new cases on a daily basis. So for us, the healthcare infrastructure was overwhelmed. We had to figure out a way to find unity, to be able to bring many people together, and ultimately to partner not only with leading institutions such as IPE Global, who was able to really provide Samrid technical support through a team, but also to work with the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi, as well as, of course, Niti Aayog, as well as even other partners. For us, there were over 100 partners that came together ultimately to look at the unprecedented situation and try and figure out how we could pool resources ultimately to be able to collaborate. For us, that involved working with institutions like Atul Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog, the National Health Authority, as well as the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. We were really grateful as well to the collective support from the Rockefeller Foundation, the Ford Foundation, Morpho Foundation, as well as other commercial financing partners such as Axis Bank, Caspian Debt, HDFC Bank, the IndusInd Bank, and of course, so many more. It was about pooling risk. It was about understanding that there was a greater need, and it was really about making sure that everyone could come together and offer opportunities, especially to the most vulnerable. And for us, that was those that did not have access to capital, did not have access to resources, and had innovations, had ideas in mind that ultimately they could take to scale and really be able to help the communities. So for us, Samrid really did bring on prosperity because it was about bringing and pulling and bridging all of these resources. And ultimately, I have to say, being able to take, initial funds, not only through USAID, but our partners, and ultimately leverage over $300 million in debt and grant funding. And this funding ultimately reached out to over 30 individual, at least solutions for the COVID pandemic, and ultimately allowed us to not only leverage 10 times the initial grant funding, but also be able to touch 25 million lives. So at the end of the day, I'm grateful not only for these achievements and this partnership, but also for the ability to create a model when we look at sustainable financing, and ultimately we think of ways in which other countries might be able to adopt this model, leverage resources, and reach the most vulnerable. So for us, this has been a shining moment for Samrid, which means prosperity, and I would be remiss if I did not thank especially my colleague who's not here with us today, Dr. Nita Rao. It's also her birthday, and this could not have been a more prosperous moment for USAID India, and of course the entire IPE Global team. For us, we hope that this marks the beginning of a continued partnership where we're able to leverage and ultimately reach the most vulnerable. I take a moment to also invite Ashwajit Singh, who is the Managing Director for IPE Global, really to share his insights as well.
Thank you, Sangita. I'll be very brief. She's already said it all. Samrid also means accomplishment. So I think that's what we've already done. In the height of COVID is when Samrid started. And I think we've demonstrated through the Samrid Health Blended Finance Facility that the shortage of funds in the health sector, the paucity of funds because of them being, the requirement being long-term as well as more often than not risky, the shortage of funds can be met through partnerships. This program has demonstrated we've got more than 100 partners in this. We've got 7 buckets of partners. We've got donors who come in and give the grant window. We've got commercial banks who come in and give the debt as well as NBFCs. We've got academic institutions. We've got a huge buy-in from the government. The Finance Minister of India also announced blended finance as a concept that they'd like to go through. We've got a policy paper with the Government of India as well. We've got the private sector innovators, of course. We've got the community involved, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. And we've got a lot of innovation as well. I think this program has demonstrated that through a collective effort, as long as the partnerships can have an aligned interest for every partner and a clear role for every partner, there is a potential for having more of blended finance facilities across the world. We have also demonstrated through Samrid that this kind of an initiative can be sustainable. It's helping the innovations to scale up, and most important, we are being able to demonstrate impact on the ground with so many million lives having been positively impacted because of Samrid. Thank you all so much. I'd especially like to thank the support that we've got from USAID, who came up with this concept. We've got a very strong advisory board comprising of all the partners, and of course, the team at IPE Global, who's been working day in and day out to make this happen in the height of COVID. It was very difficult circumstances to make this a success. Thank you all so much, and thank you for the award.